can underscore the fact that most of the problems of the banks could be attributable to corporate governance and risk management practices. So I said that, okay, if that's the case, then I should focus on the listed companies and see what the stock exchange is doing with the compliance.
So let me get this straight. You got into doing this research in the first place after you had seen the company's bill and the fact that there were some spaces in there.
Yes.
Okay, so this is sort of your contribution to fill up those gaps.
That's right.
That's
and
great.
With a focus on the listed companies.
That's great. That's great. Go ahead.
Okay, so I first approached the Attorney General's Department, as I said, and then also I went to the stock exchange to inquire if there was a library or a place that I could obtain the copies of the annual reports of the 34 listed companies. So I was directed to the website, annualreport.com. But I found that the information on that website was not sufficient. So I had to go back to the stock exchange website. And I did a study of the website for a few hours, and I could come to the conclusion that I could get most of the annual reports.
Okay.
And the press releases accompanying the publication of reports. So that I found that as sufficient information for the research.
So you use these publications, the press releases, the annual reports,
yes,
as the basis for your research.
That's right.
Okay. Let's go into what you found. Give us some of the specific findings in relation to some of these banks.
Okay, I would provide the findings related to the 34 companies, listed companies, including the banks. Okay, so the Section 54 of the Securities and Exchange Commission regulations require the banks to file their annual reports with the Securities and Exchange Commission as well as the Stock Exchange within 3 months of the end of their financial year.
Okay.
So most of the companies have their financial years ending 31st December. So by 31st March, we expected most of the companies to have filed their reports with the stock exchange. So we did that analysis and found that only 15% of the companies had filed their annual reports to the satisfaction of the Section 54. And with that, only 2 banks were included.
When you say only 15% had filed to the satisfaction of the regulation, what does that mean?
Okay, the Section 54 requires the companies to file full annual reports as well as audited reports within the 3 months of their year ends. And then the Section 42 even of the listing regulations says that it should comply with the Section 127 of the Companies Act, which requires the reports to be in compliance with the IFRS. So it should be a full report, including notes to the financial statements for everybody to understand the report.
So for some of these institutions, they had submitted reports, but it was not complete.
Yes. We had about 5 banks that had submitted condensed financial statements, which were not in satisfaction of the Section 54. They were rather in compliance with the Section 56, which deals with quarterly reporting, and not Section 54 dealing with annual reporting.
It's certainly a worrying number that when it comes to fully satisfying the law, only 2 banks.
Yes.
Which banks are these?
I've got Access Bank and then Carl Bank.
So those were the only banks who are fully submitted. Interesting. So let's go on and ask that. What are the possible sanctions that can be meted out to these other companies and banks if indeed they have flouted the law?
Okay. The same SEC regulations, which is a very good document I found, as well as the listing regulations, impose a fine of 200 cedis a day for not filing, even though it's a paltry sum. I mean, the stock exchange should have enforced that. And also, Section 58 of the regulations, SEC regulations, requires the commissioner to review the financial statements to confirm that they are in compliance. So these two actions should have taken place. Okay.
You're still listening to the Super Morning Show. Enjoy. 99.7 FM. I am Daniel Dazi. You just heard the voice of Dr. Valentin Menta. He's an accountant, professional accountant, auditor, and a researcher. We are delving into this research he has carried out into a number of listed companies listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange, inclusive of which are a number of banks in the country, looking at their level of compliance. Now, Frederick Esiama of Corruption Watch has also been following up on this report. We will be taking some details of who he's been talking to and what his findings have been. But this is Corruption Watch on the Super Morning Show. Enjoy 99.7 FM. Our spotlight is on the banking sector and the Ghana Stock Exchange. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for opportunity to study abroad? Are you facing challenges in your application for international admission, visa, and general travel? Astolinks International is a first-class education, travel, and immigration firm that can support you to process your application for admission and visa in countries such as Australia, Ireland, UK, USA, Canada, and many more. They also offer professional advice on travel, visa, and tour packages to corporate organizations. Locate Astolinks International at 52 Fanofa Road, Kokomlemle, near Joy FM. Call 0244 502752. Visit our offices in Kumasi, Takrade, and Sunyane. Website at www.astolinks.net. Astolinks International, your path for success.
Mr. Bossman, with all these computers, servers, and electronic equipment, I know they see one cable for the floor crack.
Charlie, you be right too. We dey use raised access floors from Interface, so all the cables they hide under the raised access floors. So
this be the solution to the plenty cables where they my computer room for office. Accountant, call Interface now.
If you're involved in new property development, renovation, or decoration, the right place for you is Interface Limited. Call us on 0274 999999 or visit our website at www.interfacelimited.com.
I am Dr. Keisha. Acacia gives your workers the best customer service and treatment options when the need arises, keeping them healthier and more productive for your business. Acacia Health Insurance. We place value on those you value.
MNC Group, House of Realities, offers you a boutique that business dreams thrive on. They are MNC Management Consult, MNC Logistics and Trading, MNC Properties, MNC Energy, and MNC Finance. All around the globe, MNC Group provides a shelter for good business and trustworthy relationship. Step under the MNC Group canopy and enjoy best business results. We are located at Plot 259, Carrot Avenue, East Legon, adjacent Lizzie Sports Complex. Telephone 0302-998-246. We are also located across the world in Dubai and Sharjah in UAE, Guangzhou in China, Joburg in South Africa, and Douala in Cameroon. MNC Group, House of Realities.
There is a bank in town, solid and strong, giving you the service you desire. It's Commerce Savings and Loans. We give you financial security you deserve through our SUSU account, church account, fixed account, kiddie account, and many more. Our duty loan for churches, asset finance, federal loans, and others have interest rates that are perfect for any pocket. At Commerce Savings and Loans, we make life convenient for you. Make payments on all mobile network, pay for DSTV, mobile money, TV license, and many others. Call us on 0302 767 827 or 667 783. Commerce Savings and Loan. We offer you a relationship beyond.
It's your day off and you end up looking after the baby while your wife goes off to work. You realize you have no idea how to change a diaper. So you video call your wife.
Hello, darling.
Yeah, hello. Hello.
Kojo, is everything all right?
Everything is not all right. I'm not seeing Topo. How do I change a baby's diaper, please?
Kojo. Okay, first, put the diaper.
The video call freezes. While you wait for the internet to catch up, the baby sprouts a fountain and wets the diaper. As you are getting a new one, your wife comes back online.
Kojo, no.
But I had to go and get a new diaper. What must I do next? I beg, quick.
Open the front of the diaper. It's the side that has...
Wow, look, the video freezes again. Abba.
By now, you know where the conversation is going. There's no buffering in real life, so why accept it from your internet connection? Get connected and experience ultra-fast internet to your home, powered by MTN Fiber Broadband. From the Internet Masters.
MTN, everywhere you go.
Super Morning Show.
Our money, when I'm money, our money, when I'm money, our money, when I'm money, our money, when I'm money.
Yeah, Sydney, je suis arrivé. Qu'est-ce que la nation soit sur les Ghana? Arrêtez le babadage, c'est moi le tu. Sydney back again, yeah. Now no anymore. What you say now? Squad alongside Man and Morris, Babyface. What you say now?
Our money, Africa money, I got the chop on fuga. Wanna money, our money, Africa money, I got the chop on fuga. Ile chop on nyanga, I got the chop on yafu. Wow, I got the chop on ya. Ile chop on fuga, I got the chop on nyanga. Boom, I got the chop on wow.
Africa money, I got a job and more. Woman, they way, rich, they enjoy. I say, how we go bridge, the gap between account and the job.
It's 21 minutes past 9 on the Super Morning Show. Enjoy 99.7 FM. The program is Corruption Watch on the Super Morning Show. So far on the show, we've learned that only two banks, and out of the 34 listed companies, about 15% have done the needful when it comes to declaring their financials according to stipulated law. Only two. That's serious. That's according to a report by Dr. Valentin Menta. Corruption Watch has also been carrying out our own checks. Frederick Esiama will be bringing me those details on the show. But before he comes there, text messages are brought to you by Afrodan. Your back must last you a lifetime. And Glyco Travel Insurance Policy, we cushion you for life. Afrodan is offering you today the most comfortable chair in the world, the Nightingale Extreme Comfort Chair. It has over 10 thoughtfully engineered features, especially customized for your health and comfort. So go to Afrodan on the first floor of the Swansea Shopping Arcade and feel the share. You will be amazed. Now get the Glyco Travel Insurance Policy designed to cover travel costs and reduce the risk associated with unexpected events during your international and domestic travels to Europe, the Schengen countries, or anywhere worldwide. Talk to us today on 055 530 5547 or 020-887-6956 and let's help you plan for a peaceful travel abroad. Glyco Travel Insurance Policy. Cut the hustle, all the convenience. Glyco Life, we cushion you for life. I'm coming to you, Frederick, in a moment to bring me the details of the checks that we have carried out. But let me say happy birthday once again to Ama Konedu. The message is, you are amazing and I love you with all my heart. From your loving daughter, Abigail Bruni. Happy birthday, ma'am. Right, let me come to you, Frederick, now. So what have we found in our checks?
Okay, Daniel, first of all, what we have found is that the banks are not taking kindly to Dr. Mensah's report and his findings. Those who have not been mentioned as having complied have not taken it kindly. But let me start from the regulators. We made contact with the Securities and Exchange Commission because he has mentioned them, and we made contact with the Ghana Stock Exchange. We still don't have feedback from them because from both institutions, we are being told that the IT people who are supposed to go into their mails have not been able to go into their mail. They were not around to go into their mail, so they cannot give us responses. But let's come to the banks specifically. We made contact with Ghana Commercial Bank, for instance, GCB, which is mentioned in the report. They have also not responded. Some of the banks have been very kind to give us responses. And I'll start with this one from Republic Bank. So Republic Bank says that there's a circular that was given by the Ghana Stock Exchange in 2016. And that is the basis for they not filing their full report on the stock exchange website. And that circular gave them some options. And I want to read exactly what they said. They said that Republic Bank Ghana utilized many of the appropriate channels given by the GSC in the circular. In that circular dated 19 February 2016, the GSC notified the investing public of a new option or approach by which companies listed on a Ghana Stock Exchange could reach out to shareholders regarding circulation of annual reports. The GSC said the new option or approach satisfies Section 335A of the Companies Code of 1963, that's Act 179, as per the Companies Amendment Act of 2012, Act 835. We also contacted SG Bank and Daniel Rex Dankwa, who is in charge of communications, got back to us with this response. He says that as a listed company, we file all our returns with the GSC, BOG, GIPC, and SEC. We also publish financial statements as required by the SEC and BOG in the newspapers for our shareholders and post same on our website. In fact, he added a link where we could see their most recent report. So we saw that. Then the other company to get back to us was EcoBank, and they were very strong in their response. Etel Adama of the Marketing and Communications Department wrote to Corruption Watch after a telephone conversation between myself and 3 strong officials of EcoBank. I mean, kind of a video, a telephone conference also. And
a conference call.
A conference call. And they wrote, "We would like to state categorically," I'm quoting them, "we would like to state categorically that EGH, that's EcoBank Ghana, is in full compliance with the law with respect to Section 54 of the Securities and Exchange Regulations." She continued that on March 20, 2017, EGH furnished SEC with a copy of its full 2017 annual report. I'm sure there's a mix-up with the dates here because I am sure they meant to say March 20th, 2018 because you couldn't have filed your full annual report for 2017 in March of that year. So I'm sure they meant to say 2018. Again, in accordance with the communique issued by the Ghana Stock Exchange, dated 4th February 2016, and Section 335A of the Companies Act 1963, as amended by the Companies Act, which I mentioned, Act 825. The full electronic version of the 2017 annual report and financial statements of EGH for the year ended 31st December 2017 was made accessible to all stakeholders on the investor relations page on the EGH website. Notices to this effect were published both in the Daily Graphic and Ghanaian Times on 17th and 19th April 2018, as well as 7th May 2018. She concluded that, kindly note that EGH does not manage the website of GSE or SEC, and any information posted on their website is not with recourse to the bank. Meanwhile, remember that I said that we don't have feedback yet from the Ghana Stock Exchange and the Securities and Exchange Commission. So as and when Corruption Watch gets them, we'll surely bring them to our listeners. But so far, these are the banks that are responding to us.
So Frederick just gave us detailed responses from the various banks that we have contacted after the research carried out by Dr. Valentin Mensah. Now, Dr. Mensah simply wanted to ask one simple question, among others, I'm sure. Are these various companies listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange doing what they are supposed to do according to the law? What exactly they are supposed to do is submit the details of their financial records to the authorities for publication. So Dr. Mensah just went check online and to check with these institutions to see if these publications have been made, if these submissions have been made. He found only 2 banks. Only 2 banks had submitted there. So Frederick just went through the responses of some of the various banks that we have contacted to find out if indeed they have not submitted their records. Interesting responses from these institutions. Let me come back to you, Doc. So in the first place, when you hear this response, what goes to your mind?
Yes, I would say that the response is not satisfactory because they were referring to the...
Which one? Which response are you talking about now?
What Frederick just...
From which institution? Which bank?
No, the reference to the circulation of the stock exchange.
You mean the circular?
Yeah, the circular. That provided an option to the listed companies to made available the information to the shareholders. So instead of providing the hard copies, you could publish the condensed reports in the financial statements and then post the full annual report on your website. But our research included the monitoring of the website. And up to last week, most of the banks had not posted on their website. Fortunately, or I would say Friday and Saturday, I went to the website, and fortunately, all of them had posted.
As of Friday and Saturday?
Yes, full annual reports on the website. Okay. This situation means that the stakeholders, not only the shareholders, and what I mean by stakeholders, even when it comes to large listed companies, we have what we call corporate shareholders, meaning me and you, because we are stakeholders of the banks. Their activities impact on our lives. And some of these banks have got investment of Government of Ghana and SNET. So whatever they do, we have to monitor. So if you provide information only to your shareholders, you are denying the other corporate shareholders who will rely on the stock exchange for the full reports, because the analysts have to use the full annual reports to provide salient information to the average person or average shareholder. So this lack of full disclosure is a critical issue that has to be addressed by the government or the Securities and Exchange Commission.
So what are your recommendations? How do you think they should address this issue?
I should think that the penalty should be deterrent and dissuasive enough. Because the 200 Ghana cedis, for example, most banks can afford that for even a year. So paying 200 cedis a day for non-compliance, it's not deterrent enough. That has to be addressed. The current trend in most countries now is to make the directors personally liable. And the sanctions are even including criminal prosecutions.
Of the directors themselves? Of the directors.
So we as a country, we have to take serious measures because the stock exchange is very important for the economic development of the country. If you put all the markets in the country together, they cannot equate to the potential of the stock exchange. And information is the lifeblood of the functioning of the stock exchange. And the exchange has to be efficient so that prices of the shares will reflect.
In painting the picture of how important this information is, take us, for instance, to the London Stock Exchange or the Johannesburg Stock Exchange or the New York Stock Exchange and tell us how information like what is published now is used in that market.
Okay. Most of the, we have what we call efficient market hypothesis. So we have weak form, what we call weak form. And that means that all the information, all old information, including your financial statements, reflect in the pricing of the shares.
So it affects how much you buy the shares for?
Yes, because most of the information, if they are not widely available, they create the opportunity for insider dealing. Insider dealing. That is why it is important that as soon as the annual report is completed, it should be made available to everybody who has dealings with the company.
Yeah, explain insider dealing, please, for those who may not know.
Okay, so the annual report, and for clarification, I will say that the annual report is not only the financial statements. We've got other reports that are included in the financial statements to make the annual reports.
Okay.
And those reports are provide information to other stakeholders apart from the shareholders.
Okay.
Okay. So the information, even for the tax authorities, they may even have to look at the value-added statements. Some companies provide value-added statements. We need to provide information on employees, the employee cost, and then number of employees. So the financial statement alone, without even adequate notes, will not give this information.
It makes it incomplete. So from what you've been telling us, when information like this is made available in other markets, it affects how much the shares go for in the first place. So maybe if you want to invest in any of these companies, the availability or non-availability of the data, it can even advise you when you want to buy in the first place. Right. It also affects how much they are. Another very important point is that some people can take advantage of the lack of this information
and make profits.
And make
profits
unfair
or even dispose
profits
of their shares. If the shares are likely to
the prices
fall if the information becomes available.
Okay. So maybe if you put this information out, the prices will go down. The price of the shares will go down. So someone will sell them. So that you're still listening to the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. We're talking about money and really how information affects prices, and particularly the price of shares. And the information we are talking about is information that banks and other listed companies are supposed to put out. Dr. Valentin Mensah is our guest. Frederick Esiama is also here. We'll be focusing on this key issue. Doc, you want gifts and other benefits to be banned.
Okay,
you are an advocate. you're an advocate for a provision banning gifts and other benefits.
Okay. What the recommendation refers to the duties of directors.
Okay.
Okay. The current provisions in other legislations, like Nigeria, Kenya, have provided for the prohibition of gifts, or the director should not accept gifts from third parties. This is so important because whatever happens on the board level is cascaded downwards. So, for example, if we need to implement gift policies, that would have to be approved by the directors. So if they cannot accept gifts, and there's a need to introduce that policy, which is very effective in fighting against corruption, then the directors should be made not to accept gifts from third parties.
Okay.
In Ghana, we've had cases. There was an important case involving Mabe and Johnson. That's Mabe and Johnson that implicated about 5 ministers of the state and a chairman of a state-owned enterprise. And that information, the company was prosecuted in the UK, and that information was embarrassing to the country. I would have expected that the gift policy and anti-bribery law would have been enacted then, but nothing has been done. And in this company's bill, I was shocked to see the absence of that provision.
Okay. So there's actually a gift policy for, like you're saying, for ministers and for government appointees. There is a gift policy that is being debated, and that's what I remember during the Ford gift saga. President Mahama, then President Mahama was cited by Shraj of breaching his own gift policy, but at that time, it was not something punitive by law.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not something that he was found guilty of. Yeah. It was simply a policy that he did not go according to. So it's interesting that you mentioned its extension to the private sector.
Yes.
To make sure that persons can be held accountable at all aspects of the corporate ladder. Interesting. It's 19 minutes to the top of the hour here on the Super Morning Show. We'll take these messages. When we come back, we'll take final comments and particularly drill a bit deeper into this gift policy with Dr. Mensah and take final comments from Frederick Esiama as well. Stay with us.
From the producers of rip-cracking stage plays like The Ladder, Flagstaff House and Legon Comedy, Nyansapop Productions presents another hilarious stage comedy titled If God is Ghanaian.
Yeah, Lord, my mother is sick. I need some money.
No problem. Let's meet this evening.
What time?
Let's meet at exactly 5:36 on the dot. Latest by 6:30 I should be here. If by 7:30 I'm not here, you can leave at approximately 8:30 there, okay?
Oh, landlord.
This is a dramatic expose of the lives of Ghanaians. Date 4th August 2018. Venue is the National Theatre of Ghana. First show 4 p.m., second show 8 p.m. Rate is a cool 60 Ghana Cedi single and 100 Ghana Cedi double. For ticket reservations, call 0266 267394 or 0267 974777. This production is brought to you by Nyansapop Productions in partnership with the National Theatre of Ghana and Joy 99.7 FM.
FPAC is effective for headaches and relieves the symptoms of flu, colds, and catarrh. FPAC blows away the pain associated with sore throats. During and after a hard day's work, FPAC relieves you of body pains. After the day's sports workout, FPAC helps the body to control the aching muscles. FPAC is effective against feverishness. FPAC reduces body temperature associated with malaria and other fevers. FPAC is effective against rheumatic pains. You can find FPAC in all pharmacy and chemical select shops throughout the country. FPAC is not recommended for children less than 16 years of age, ulcer and asthmatic patients, pregnant and lactating mothers. If symptoms persist for more than 2 days, consult your doctor. FPAC blows your pain away.
FPAC Junior follows in the tradition of FPAC tablets, a trusted friend to relieve your child of pain associated with teething, catarrh, cold, and fever. The good that FPAC does for you, FPAC Junior does for your child. FPAC Junior is for children between 6 months and 12 years. FPAC Junior blows your child's pain away.
Praise 2018. Yeah, babe. Get ready for a spirit-inciting and awakening experience in the month of August. Share your moments with us with the hashtag #AdomPraise18. #AdomPraise 2018 is brought to you by
Vodafone. The future is exciting. Ready?
Yo Money Plus, Fasusuto, and sponsored by DBS Roofing Sheets, Roof Papa Field, Dr. Caesar Lina Energy Drink, Adabrajo, Away, Amanak Real Estate. You dream it, we build it. Franco Trading Enterprise, Fun Papa Field, Vitamil, a meal on its own. Classic No Mosquito Coil and Spray. Ubedefili. Goldman Capital. Financial support solid as gold. Belaqua. Proudly Ghanaian and Escort Security Services. Think safety. Choose Escort Security. Media partners are Precious TV, Footprint TV, Sunny FM, Sweet Melodies, and Spring FM. This event is powered by the Multimedia Group Limited.
AdomPraise 2018. Yeah, baby.
Super Morning Show.
Our money, when our money, our money, when our money, our money, when our money, our money, when our money. Yeah, Sydney, je suis arrivé. Qu'est-ce que la nation soit sur les Ghana? Arrêtez le babadage. C'est moi le tu. Sydney back again. Yeah. Now not in the bar. What you say now? Squad alongside Man and Morris, Babyface. What you say now?
Welcome back to Corruption Watch on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. I am Daniel Daze. I'm here with my friends Dr. Valentin Mensah and Frederick Esiama. Dr. Mensah is a professional accountant, auditor and researcher. Frederick is an investigator with us here at Corruption Watch. Dr. Mensah's latest research work has found that only two banks in the country have submitted their financial records to the Ghana Stock Exchange and the Securities and Exchange Commission as they are supposed to. Now, I'm talking about 2 out of the number of banks on the Ghana Stock Exchange, and a number of listed companies were also checked in his research work. We've looked at the implications of what that is, how it means that insider trading could be encouraged in the banking sector within the Ghana Stock Exchange. If this information does not come out, it could affect the pricing of shares, so many other things. Frederick has been doing some checks with these banks themselves. He's brought responses. We'll be taking final comments before we wrap up the show. But if you're looking for an opportunity to study abroad, or you're facing challenges in your application for international admission, visa and general, Astolinks International is a first-class education, travel and immigration firm that can support you to process your application for admission and visa in countries such as Australia, Ireland, UK, USA, Canada, and many more. They also offer professional advice on travel, visa and tour packages to corporate organizations. Locate Astolinks International at 52 Fanufa Road, Kukumlemle, near Joy FM. Call 0244 502 752. You can also visit our offices in Kumasi, Takrady, and Sunyani. Visit our website astolinks.net. Astolinks International, your path for success. Now, with over 30 years in the stationery business, Kingdom Books and Stationery now offers a 30-day credit facility with no interest charge. We deliver free within Accra, Tema, and surrounding towns. So visit us today at Osu Akwaje University of Ghana campus. Kingdom Books are next near the Accra Sports Stadium, Tema on the main TDC junction, Kumasi on the KNUST campus, Cape Coast on the UCC campus, Takrady at Vijay near the Teachers Hall. Or you can call 0302 764 101 or 762 307, or visit kingdomgh.com. Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited, your number one stop shop for all office essentials, stationery and furniture. Now get ready for a spirit-inciting and awakening experience in the month of August. We call it AdomPraise 2018. Yebehim. Share your moments with us with the hashtag AdomPraise18. AdomPraise 2018 is brought to you by Vodafone. The future is exciting. Ready? Yale Money Plus Fasusuto. Sponsors are DBS Roofing Sheets, Roof Papa Fie, Dr. Caesar Lina Energy Drink, Adabrajo Away. Almanac Real Estate, You Dream It, We Build It, Franco Trading Enterprise, Phone, Papa Fear, Vitamilk, A Meal on Its Own, Classic, No Mosquito Coil and Spray, Obede Fili, Goldman Capital, Financial Support, Solid as Gold, Belacqua, Proudly Ghanaian, Escort Security Services, Think Safety, Think Escort Security. Media partners are Precious TV, Footprints TV, Sunny FM, Sweet Melodies, Spring FM, and is powered by the Multimedia Group. So let me come back to you, Dr. Mensah, okay, let me take Frederick's final comments first before I finish with you. Frederick.
Yes, so Corruption Watch is interested in this report because obviously it has impact on money. If you look at even the penalty that Dr. Mensah mentioned, 200 Ghana cedis for every day that a company delays in filing that report, it may be paltry, but it still needs to be enforced. And that is one of the reasons why we are following this matter. For the banks that we have contacted, we just want to assure them it is not about maligning anybody.
Okay.
It's just about being fair, because we're going to discuss this report and it was important that we get some of them to respond.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Fred. Doc?
Okay. I would emphasize that the efficient operation of the stock exchange is in the interest of everybody in the country, because it attracts the foreign direct investment. If you don't disclose the appropriate information, most investors will not invest in your market. But we need the foreign direct investment for development. That is the main reason why I undertook this research. And it was not to target any company. I didn't have that objective at the outset. I was just thinking that listed companies would have all the information, which will facilitate my research on the effectiveness of the Companies Act. So I will urge all the listed companies to ensure that that information is available, because we have the secondary market as well as the primary market. The secondary market deals with the buying and selling of shares. And that is used mainly for the valuation of the companies. So if you don't provide the information, the buying and selling activity will not be as required.
Okay.
And so when you need to raise capital, you may not have a fair value of your shares. So the information is critical for the secondary dealing of the market, and it should be made available. And also for the ordinary shareholder who has invested in, say, 1,000 shares. If we have a case like the UT Bank, that person may lose all the capital or the savings. So we have to make sure that the stock exchange is operating efficiently.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Valentin Mensah. Now, as you all know, we all, in our own small way, can help in the fight against corruption. So do something where you are. The easiest, simplest way is to recognize what is wrong and not to accept it. So don't condone what is wrong wherever you find yourself, like Dr. Valentin Mensah has done. But kindly reach us on the Corruption Watch hotline on 055-453-6586, on WhatsApp number 055-453-6295, or you can visit our website stopcorruptionghana.org. The partners for Corruption Watch are Ghana Center for Democratic Development, CDD Ghana, Ghana Integrity Initiative, GII, Ghana Anti-Corruption Coalition, GACC, Joy FM, and Africa Center for International Law and Accountability, ASILA. The sponsor for Corruption Watch is Strengthening Action Against Corruption, STAC.